Two sisters, they quit that.
Good, how are you?
Nancy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not bad.
Hi, how are you? Here. Oh, thank you. Do I get to keep this?
That's so you don't have to try to
Well, I appreciate that.
remember who's. You just got to make sure that it's all approved.
Okay, go. Will they approve this all in one or just no?
Individually.
Well, people be shocked at the language at seminary.
Well,
Yeah. How are you doing? Too much at least. There's a lot of there's one works at the car. For just that donation, we've got another several veterans, 3 guys. Usually, when the cost is on sale, I'm sorry. Every now and then I'll buy some cereal and stuff, but I was wondering. I mean, when they do donate money, you shouldn't get it.
I put together a little bit about. I'm sorry. I put together some little stuff about groceries. Yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I thought you were ready for
For people to fill it up and every time you get it. Yeah, and then you look at it and throw some.
Oh, all right. You guys like that? Yeah. Not full time yet. We were for a while, and then now we're kind of back to remote. We have on it's on 2 to 3 days a week. Yeah. I'd much rather be in there before split up that week. No kids, no one. Once or 27, I think I got one. I like to think. I appreciate that. I'm hoping to get them someday.
Oh, yeah. You don't need to put
I don't want to. That's just a mistake waiting to happen.
Joey, as far as I know, yeah. No,
It is a drive. It's good. Yeah, I remember. Talking about here with
Well, he's sitting in front of Andy. I can't see him because of the podium. And you have to swear it in. I've got. Yeah. Once for her, once for us. I actually found Rosalie's. What year was it? December 8th of 2003. So she's approved. Have her step up.
Is the one that and then they are pretty good about so yeah. And then we got one more meeting to schedule. It went well when everything worked. So yeah, subscriber, it all went well. We had about 20 people there. Yeah. And it should be nice out, so either setting up or tearing down. We could also use
Dave?
Right, good, thank you.
Good evening.
So we're
Before we conduct, there's a plaque. They call it, it's behind the screen. What for whom? Lamp post thing. Big one. So say that again. It's for plaques and lamp post donations. What do we do? Oh, it's all here. Just before we adjourn. I'd like to call the meeting to order, please, and begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Roll call, please, Nancy.
Rask,
Here.
Steffelbein,
Here.
Box,
Here.
Fleming,
Here.
Rose,
Here.
Black.
Here.
Thank you.
Roland, if you'd share a moment. Before we go any further, most everybody here knows our treasurer, and that was Rosalie Williams. Rosalie Columbia Williams passed away at 1:05 on Wednesday, August 25th. She initially married Jackie D. Williams on August 11th of 1962. Rosalie was also preceded in death by two children, Stephen and Patrick, and there is one sister, Christine Chastain, And surviving is one daughter, Kathleen Williams McDermott, 4 grandchildren. Rosalie was appointed to the position of city treasurer on December 8th of 2003. The years I've been associated with the city, short of one council person, Rosalie was the most dedicated and longest time served. I just simply wanted to recognize that Rosalie was gone. So if we can show a few minutes of silence, and then we'll our council chambers. Whenever you're ready to start.
Rosalie, for your long term of service to the city. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting when someone is prepared to do so.
So,
Motion by Chuck, seconded by David. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. So we have correspondence.
I had 2 correspondences. One was addressed towards the mayor, the administrator, the rest of the city of Farmington family, and says, "I'm so sorry to hear the passing of Rosalie Williams. Her family is all of you will be my thoughts and prayers." And that came from Stacy Mayhall, who is the Fulton County Treasurer's Office. And I hand delivered that letter to the family. And the other communication I had is from the family of Chris Waters. Paul and I want to thank for the beautiful plant we received at Chris Waters' visitation and memorial service. We brought the plant home after the service to keep it for ourselves. At a time when we were so overwhelmed with shock and grief, receiving the plant was a comfort, knowing it came from his friends where it worked so long. Again, thank you so much. And that is from Paul and Gail Waters. Paul is a part-time police officer here and has been for a good number of years. And his son suddenly passed away. So that's all I've got for communication.
Thank you, Ron. This is the time of the meeting that we have general comments from the audience. So is there anyone this time who would like to offer comment? Anna?
I'd just like to thank the city for letting us use Reed Park recently for the meeting in the park. It went well. Thank you for coming and unlocking the electrical box and everything. And we had about 20 people there a couple weeks ago. And we are showing on September 11th, we're going to be showing Soul, which is a Disney animated film that I believe won Best Animated Picture at the Academy Awards. And then a week later, on September 18th, we will be showing the rescheduled Beauty and the Beast. We've got all the kinks worked out of the electronics and everything. I think we got a system down for getting things set up. So please come out and support it. This is a community-wide event. The Beauty and the Beast is the live-action version. We showed National Treasure, and we showed Soul, and then the Addams Family cartoon. Kind of get a little bit of range of live-action and animated films. No charge, free of charge to come in. It should be nicer weather in the evening, so I hope to see all of you there. So September 11th, 18th, and then because of Spoon River and everything, we haven't scheduled the Addams Family yet because of the weather and Spoon River. So we're waiting to see what October looks like. All right.
We're good.
Please come on out. So thank you.
I hope you have continued good weather.
Yes, I hope the weather continues nice, and if this is successful, we plan on doing it for years to come. And also, just to throw that out, if people want to rent the projector and the 20-foot blow-up screen, they can. We're just asking for donations just to help cover the cost and everything. Because we got a grant to help pay for it, which means we don't have money to replace it if it breaks. So we're just asking if you do want to rent it, that's fine. So just let people know we've got this here. It's going to be used.
Very good. Very much, Andy.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for doing that. The Council of Churches for the community.
Well, we want to help contribute back to the community any way we can. So.
Very good. Yeah.
And Mr. Rest, I asked you some questions, but 3 weeks ago, and I would expect 3 weeks to be enough time for you to get me some answers. So, okay. Oh, I think this will answer. Trying to look, and I wish I could do it. Now, this is from 2 years ago. This is kind of like you guys' city building. 4 years, umpteen thousands of dollars, and nothing. Now, over 2 years, you spent how much money against me? Keep my mouth shut. What you read? Neighbors, not neighbor, neighbors complain about Farmington Clinic. So this week, Matt and Dr. Jennifer Ong broke ground on their 1 million veterinarian clinic on East 4th Street. But a dispute with neighbors has gone on for months. And the city council once more weighed in at its Monday meeting. Multiple complaints have been called into the city about a planned fence that wasn't erected, noise from the building, large air conditioning handler's intake component, and overhead lights that complaints say aren't directly illuminating not just the clinic and its parking lot, but neighbors' property on Illinois Route 116 and 78. One neighbor, Aaron Cabellas, has been the most vocal, and he filed a formal written complaint with the city earlier Monday. However, some of his observations are inaccurate according to Alderman Leslie Smith, who never showed any evidence. Take this complaint with a grain of salt, she commented. City Administrator Roland Wright said others have complained too, especially about the lighting. They have more lighting than the city streetlights, he said. Nevertheless, Wright urges both Cabellas and Alms to dial back their disagreement. Both sides should be more civil, he said. Both sides. Alm, a former alderman, present with his wife's wife, expressed his aggravation. We invest in this community and we're trying to do the right thing, he said. It's pretty frustrating when we have this much pushback. It's tough. Cabellas, who didn't attend the city council meeting, has erected signs expressing his annoyance, another neighbor, Brenda Lanyon, I hope I said that right,
You got 45 seconds here.
whatever, the city official manager who lives near the clinic on Popular Street agreed that the lighting is disturbing. Melania said that the light forces her to put up a wool blanket over her bedroom window, and if she opens the window at night for fresh air, it is difficult to sleep. Matt Alm said he's working on the required fencing, is conferring with Standard Heating and Cooling about the air handler, and exploring possible abilities for different lighting with Keith Engineering and Design.
Aaron, your 5 minutes is up.
You know what? Give me my ticket. We are going to take care of the issue, he said. Matt off. But I work 6 days a week, and I'm doing some of this myself. So it's going to take time. Alderman Joey Boggs the progress thus far, but said the resolution must happen. They still need to investigate options, Boggs said. If it's a nuisance, it needs to be taken care of. Quote, support in part by Farmington's tax increment financing tip. The project has been expected to boost property. Excuse me. Is expected to boost
The council wish to
property
extend additional time to
assessment
Aaron.
valuations
Or
and
should we go ahead with our?
resolutions. In addition,
Let's proceed with. the
you know
meeting.
what? If you want to stop this meeting, that's fine. We'll just call the state police, and I'm going to get you at harassment. Because you cannot harass me in a public venue.
You've had 5 minutes.
You know what? You can say whatever you want, but I have the right. I'll take the ticket. I already heard that. In fact, I can take the ticket. We'll go to court, and we'll let a judge decide. But other than that,
I don't believe
it is a
anybody.
violation of law
I don't
for
believe.
you to harass me or try to bully me, so I cannot speak.
I'm not trying
So
to
I am
bully.
gonna finish speaking.
I'm not
I'm
trying to
saying, if you wanna
bully.
write me a ticket, write it. Right there's your attorney. Get me a court date. Thank
I am not
Okay.
trying to harass or bully
And an
you.
additional 600,000 to
We
the
don't
city
want to
of
hear
Farmington
you
over the
read
life
a
of Farmington's
weekly
TIF
reader.
program, which is scheduled to end in
Mike said to let him
2038.
finish reading.
The TIF redevelopment agreement provides that the Arms Development Corporation will retain 75% of the difference in property taxes from before the construction and after it opened this year. The Arms will receive between 4,313 and 24,637 annual over 5 years, 2020 to 2024. Really, a total of $100,000 on the project investment of $1,054,673. Now, does that also include the $13,000 that he lied about his fence?
I would entertain a motion to approve the bills as presented when someone is prepared.
You know what? No, wait, no, I'm not done here, Mr. Mayor, and you're not gonna bully me. You wanna give me a ticket? Give me a ticket. We'll go to court.
Aaron,
No, Mr. Mayor,
Enough.
I already talked to people that are way above you, and they've been watching your video feed here.
Good.
and they see what you're doing to me.
I'm
So,
not trying to do anything to
okay.
you.
You got your attorney here. Now, Mr. Attorney, why don't you tell your clients over here where they get off that they can absolutely discriminate and say who can speak for more than 5 minutes and who can't? I want to hear the Illinois code.
It's a city council.
You know what? You're not following by the mayor's rules. So guess, or not following by the governor's rules. So why should I follow by you guys?
Is there
It's
anyone
not
else?
law.
Is there
Are
anyone
you
else
done?
at this
Right?
time who would like
It's
to
not law.
address the council? Then, seeing none, I would like to
You know
end.
what?
I would like to end the general.
I
comment
want some
period.
questions answered, and that's all I'm asking for. And nobody can answer any of my questions. I just read it. Over 2 years, you guys know that this has been a problem. I've come in here repeatedly,
Aaron,
and I said, hey,
Aaron,
oh, you know what? Mr. Mayor, you're the one that says, oh, if they don't turn around and direct the lights down, don't worry. They're going to put shields up. You said it right here in front of everybody.
Aaron,
And, oh, if they don't do that,
you
we're going to shut off the
you
lights.
are
And then I
addressing.
got freaking Ronald over here saying, oh, I'm going to give them a ticket every single week or every day that they don't shut off their lights. Now, I just showed you
Aaron,
evidence
this is
that
all.
you guys have no,
This
is a
is
violation
all-
of the law.
This is all information that you have filed with your suit.
You know
We
what?
cannot discuss it.
You're full of
Period.
shit. Who told
No,
you
sir.
that? Who told you that?
We
Who told you
cannot.
God, who
That's
told you that?
why there are attorneys
You mean all
involved.
these people that are paying taxes for that guy there and your other two attorneys going up against me. You're
I'm
telling
not
me
going
that
against
they're
you.
not allowed to know what you guys are up to.
We're not here.
They're not allowed to
No.
know of you being
Aaron,
involved in anything illegal
enough.
or unethical. No,
you're
because I'll tell you what,
you're
you go, any
beyond.
one of you, any one of the six of you, Jewel,
enough.
Peoria, go down to freaking Canton, go over here to Kansas City, go to Travoy, and tell me, take a one picture of somebody that got to build a fence on top of somebody else's fence. One person.
Aaron, you're unreasonable tonight and
No,
talking.
I'm just asking the question.
You're not, and I'm giving you an answer.
No, you're
And
not.
you
giving
don't
it.
like to
I'm
hear it.
asking these guys. These are supposed to be my representatives.
And because of what you have done, we cannot comment on it. Period.
State policing. And to shut this whole thing down and have them solve it. Because I should be able to turn around and at least read one article and ask a question.
And you did.
I don't think anybody, no, I didn't get my question.
You asked it, Aaron.
Yeah, I asked it, and
And-
what, I can't get an answer?
Nobody
In 2
nobody
years,
answered
I
it
can't
because we were not
questions answered.
supposed to discuss the,
That's what this is all about.
yeah, that's why we're not supposed to discuss it.
Who said that?
Our attorneys have said that.
Oh, but you know what? You have discussed it because it was part of it. Part of my filing was about your new building. You still talked about that. Oh, part of my filing was about getting the video camera, which was my idea.
Are you done, Mr. Kevlis?
Then done.
Are you done?
I wanted to read this. I wanted my answer question, but I want everybody to know.
You've
I
read
did
it.
not get one,
We have
one
given you,
question answered.
we've given you 20 minutes and that's enough.
Whatever. You
That's
know what?
enough,
We've
sir.
given you a lifetime and a freaking retirement for freaking lying and helping out people
Not-
like the officer.
I have not
Criminal activity.
done anything, sir.
Yeah,
That's your
We'll see.
opinion. That is your opinion, sir.
well, we'll see if that's the state of Illinois' opinion.
That's fine. It is your opinion.
No,
Are you done?
I'm done now.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Repeat the earlier question. Is there someone who'd like to approve the bills as presented? Motion by Joey Boggs to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Chuck?
Can I ask a question about that?
Yes. Right.
I'm just looking at the cost for a whole house of $4,600. I'm looking at the minutes that said it was $800. And I'm wondering what the discrepancy was, what's the difference, what caused the difference.
Under which,
I'm looking at the old business where it says that they were able to pass through the cost of those trees at $800.
Right.
That's not money what this was. The 4,000.
I have looked at it. Let me look at it real quick.
The whole house company's working for $1,001. The next line is only public list on the road county 4,600.
But yeah, but I hope it like I do. It looks like the $4,000. Okay, using it straight is yes. Never mind. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Thank you, Dave. Roll call, please, Nancy.
Boggs,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Black.
Yes.
Grass,
Yes.
Stufflebean.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ron, wire transfers is in front of the council. Are there any questions on the account balances or transfers made during the month? Now I would entertain a motion to approve the wire transfers for the month of August. Motion by Joey, seconded by Dave Rose. Roll call, please, Nancy.
Boggs,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Black.
Yes.
Grass,
Yes.
Stufflebean.
Yes.
Thank you.
And Ron, the TIF report.
Beginning balance was $773, $828.25. We've made 4 residential grant payments. We also received property tax from Fulton County, as well as some interest. So with the payments and the income coming in, the ending balance is $905,037.52.
Very much. Any questions from the council on the TIF report? Stands approved. Chief, the police department reported to you, please.
Ordinance works continuing. Canine Koala had a cyst removed from its tail. The person resulted with a tumor, but after they removed it, it was found to be a cyst. They ran some tests on it, came back. No issues, so the dog was back to work 2 days later. Officer Stegg also led a semi truck procession through town to honor a truck driver who passed away. Procession went through several towns. Officer Hank returned to school as a school resource officer. Officer Utzinger started training the department, getting ready for the academy. Starts on the 13th in Champaign. He's been riding a couple shifts with me and a couple shifts with Kane instead.
Next week. Right, good.
Motion to approve the police report.
Motion by Joey Boggs to approve the police report. Is there a second?
Second.
Any other questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Thank you. And Rowan, under old business.
First, I've got a report is on the banner program. Nate, Jane Johns, myself, Cassandra met at Sophia's. Pretty much ironed out the banners and the program. We received a sample of a banner from one of the companies that wants to bid it. I took the bucket truck and I fit it on 5 or 6 of the existing poles to make sure that they fit, and they do. Cassandra, have you got to add?
Other than what we had talked about,
The designs are
the
done.
designs, the day in the fund, and the quotes from these sides, for each of those. That's all. You were getting it from that Brooke.
Correct, but she wasn't able to get on. You said you had to. She got the e-signs in order to get the banners that we designed.
Different times and she was trying to do.
Okay, I'll get her together with you, and I can't get a quote. I haven't seen a quote from e-signs.
E-signs for the banners that we talked about, switching to a 4 foot by 2 foot to accommodate the size, and then having to have them fitted. But the banners themselves at that cost are $48.19 a piece. So with us doing 4 of each of the main ones, and then we had 7 surface ones, one being regular side, one being a veteran side. We did 2 of each of those, so we had a total of 34. And when you do that, it totals out being $1,730.85 is roughly from e-signs. And then if we have to do any specialty sewing, we would contact Smithers to have that done.
They're not in existence.
So Smithers is no longer functioning in town, but he does still do work at home. But if he's not available, there are others. But this was also what Brooke, your contact, said she could do. So I'm trying to work with her, but she has all the information.
But she hasn't seen any of the banners that we correct.
She received all of those banners when we first talked about it this year. She got a copy of everything that I had already had.
Okay.
Everything that was done.
But we changed.
The only thing she doesn't have a copy of is the new image that we put on the background,
Okay.
the barn instead of the mountain. That was the only difference. There's no reason from the work I have done, nothing has stopped. Nothing has changed to prevent her from getting a quote.
Okay.
Am I missing something? You seem frustrated.
No.
With that. She told me she was working with you as a city administrator to do that.
But you're the one that has all the copies of everything. So I'll get with her and get it.
Copies and gave her full access to the e-signs that was done on.
And I'll follow through with it. It's fine.
Whatever she needs to be able to look at if she doesn't have, so she can give us a quote as well.
Mm-hmm. It's fine. I presume the council is going to want to see the banners and to approve all this, or do you want us to order it and get it taken care of?
I'm saying yes, but which one?
Which this is new. I came in late for the game, so I really don't know what we're discussing. So maybe just understand what maybe so we can see what we're saying. So
Yeah.
Probably develop it for you and memorize the like it.
Here's the banners that go on the light post downtown and then the parking lot. So there are 21 of them. I think 21.
25.
So that will wait. Council wants to approve it. Okay. I'd like to have that.
I will get it.
Okay. And the next item, Roland?
Discussion of possible action on the proposal from Massey Roofing Incorporated. And I put a copy of it in each of the city council, and there's one at the back. This was to repair the existing roof to stop the leaks. And the estimate is at $10,500. And with their current workload, they would like to do repairs in either 2 or 3 phases, and then they would bill over the period of time that they get the roof done. And or if it's your intention to just have it repaired, $10,500, and there is no warranty or guarantee with repair work. That was asked by Cassandra. So what do you folks want to do?
Is there a motion from the council?
I move that we accept Massey's proposal to repair the roof on the city.
Motion by Chuck. Is there a second? Second by Nathan. At a cost of $10,500. Roll call, please, Nancy.
Can I ask how long this has been projecting to last? I know that you can get fees, did they say how long you thought it would be?
20 years, 25.
So, like, I'm sorry, but I always thought that with the other rules, there's special methods of motion, so I'd rather that's. I'm out of order, let me know.
No, you're good. Thank you. Any other questions? Roll call, please, Nancy.
Brass,
Yes.
Stubblebean,
Yes.
Bobs,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Black.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's all I have for old business.
And new business?
There are some mayoral appointments for the mayor.
I would like the first appointment tonight, if I could, to replace Rosalie Williams as city treasurer. And the name that has been proposed that I would like to have council approve is Ann Stufflebean. I would like to do that separately because Ann is here and needs to take the official oath. And the council in agreement on the appointment?
Yes.
Is there anyone who is not?
I'd like to abstain from this.
Probably.
Does she have a background in? Does she have a background in?
Kind of funny that you want to put somebody on as treasurer that's the ex-mayor's, and somebody that's sitting on the city council, wife. Ain't that kind of funny? That was already put on the building and zoning board? Ain't that kind of funny?
It doesn't.
Is this not Farmington organized crime or what? That's what it is. Farmington organized crime. You can't find anybody outside of Farmington
Mr. Kevilis,
that lived here.
this is not general
Everybody gets
comments.
taught about stuff like
This is not.
corruption. And this is corruption.
I would further
I'm speaking up because I
explain to
pay
the council
taxes and I have the right
that
to
it's
say
been-
who gets to represent me and who
been
doesn't.
some time ago that Ann Stufflebean said to me if there.
You can say whatever you want,
was
Mr. Mayor. We already got
One
evidence
point.
that you lied to Fulton County. So that doesn't mean that you're not gonna lie to us. You lied to me like multiple times. And
Aaron,
I got witnesses
enough.
multiple times. You're a liar. 2 peas in a pod, 2 lies.
Enough, sir.
You know what? Yeah, that's how you address me, sir. Mr. Cavellis or sir. You work for me. I don't work for you. You're getting paid to be here. I'm not.
Enough,
I'm
sir.
here because of a problem that you caused. You caused it.
Don't believe so, sir.
You two.
I would entertain a motion from the council to approve the appointment of Ann Stufflebean as city treasurer. Someone would do that.
Yeah, do another on.
So moved.
Been a motion by Chuck. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by David Rose. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Carried. Thank you very much. Would you like her to step forward now?
Certainly. No, you have to.
I have to go.
You're the ones that did it. If you would mind
Please
coming
come up
forward,
here.
Ian. There is a copy for you and for
If you will repeat after me, please. I, Ian Steppleby,
I am Stephanie,
having been appointed to the office of City Treasurer
having been appointed to the office of City Treasurer
in the city of Farmington in the counties of Fulton and Peoria, aforesaid,
in the city of Farmington and the counties of Fulton and Peoria, and aforesaid,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
that I will support the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of City Treasurer to the best of my ability.
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of City Treasurer to the best of my ability.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Here's your copy.
Thank you.
Here's your copy. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Farmington politics.
I further would like to have council approval to appoint Kevin Snyder to the Board of Police and Fire Merit Commission. That would be a new appointment to replace Rick Kimball, who has resigned. Someone who'd like to make a motion approving Kevin Snyder.
I met with Kevin and explained to him how the Merit Commission works and his responsibilities, and he agreed that with approval, he would be happy to serve.
Could you quickly give us, the people that might not know what this committee is, just a 1 or 2 sentence explanation of what they do?
Give myself 5 minutes. No. I'm sorry here.
Okay,
It is a commission that oversees the hiring and firing of all the full-time police officers. They are the ones that do the interviews for all the applications. There is a testing that is given to all the applicants. There's a physical exam for them to pass, psychology test.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Good question.
Make a motion to approve.
Thank you, Joey. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Dave. All in favor signify by saying aye. Carried. Thank you very much. Also, the following are reappointments to boards that we have that had terms expired that now are being extended. And those people would be Robert Thompson to the Oak Ridge Cemetery Board, Gary Schultz and Brett Wheeler to the Planning Commission, Ben Vermillion to the Recreation Commission, and Brandy Putrich to the Zoning Board of Appeals. I don't know that they need a motion in a second because they're reappointments.
Yeah, they just need for their terms.
Right.
Reappointment.
Thank you very much. That concludes that.
The next item we have is a recommendation from the CEDC to the city of Farmington. And if none of the city council agrees with the recommendation for CEDC, we just need to have them, if they're not in motion for it, is to let us know. Go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, we've only had The applications for the residential redevelopment program have slowed down. The last time we approved the motion, we approved it by email vote because there was only one, and that was to Marshall through at 468 East Vernon for adding siding and a brick facade at the residence at a cost of $5,030. And since Mr. Through had received a grant in past years, he would only be eligible for $1,000. And it was a recommendation of the CEDC to approve that $1,000 grant for residential redevelopment, if the council would approve that from the council.
Or anybody against it, yeah.
No. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
That's all I have for new business, Mr. Mayor.
That's all I have. Present time, committee reports. David on finance or ordinance, and Joey Boggs on public safety.
Nothing to report, sir.
Kim on sewer. Taking funding on streets and sidewalks for parks.
I jump in for a second,
Yeah.
wanted to let everybody know that, our road project, I just got done. The paving is done on First Avenue, Second Avenue, and all of Apple Street. We still have to set the manhole, reset the manhole, and do some landscape work. But by the end of the week, it should pretty much be done. So if you get an opportunity, driving those roads pretty well. It was fun for them.
Thank you, Dave. Roads are very nice. Continuing committee reports, Dave Rose on Parks and Recreation.
I had kind of a question.
Okay.
So it brought to my attention that this past season, we did not have a tractor for accessibility to be able to drag the wagons. So the coaches and others were actually bringing their own tractors and actually dragging the field with their own tractor. So I wanted to reach out to this group and see if whether the city has one that's not being used, it doesn't need a mower, it just needs to have a tractor. I'm way out, so I'm way out into May of next year, but I said I would at least ask the question if we could come up with funds to be able to provide a tractor at ball values so that the coaches would not have to supply their own to drag the field. So
In years past, we always had a single individual, and he used one of the city's tractors.
Okay.
But he's also a very responsible person on how he runs it. You don't necessarily have that with individual coaches. So I think it's something that we can work with Dave if.
So this was an unusual season because we didn't actually hire somebody to actually take care of the diamonds because of the COVID, everything was
right.
But normally, we actually hire somebody to actually take care of getting the diamonds ready.
We have
that would be that one individual that we could train. So this year they just kind of got left behind and they ended up different coaches brought their own, they drug their own fields. It was just really a really troublesome situation. And they were coming up 2 hours early before the ball game to get their diamonds ready. So I at least said I would ask the questions here and say, can we at least maybe have a plan to supply a tractor?
I think that's something we can work with. Dave, I don't know.
We'll try. I mean, I have no guarantees.
And if it's a financial thing, I guess that's the question asking out here, whether we just do, is it a financial?
I don't think it's a financial thing. It's in years past, prior to when Jack Stubble was doing it. Wayne always had a mower there.
Right.
He was kind of in charge of everything. And I got stuff working on that mower every week. And that's what I don't want to happen. Is 10 different people running the machine and it stays up there and it's trash. I'm not gonna have that happen to the city equipment. I guess that's why we've never even offered this.
And I understand that concern, but on that same note, as a coach and a parent, it's not fair to ask that coach that's already volunteered his time to do all the coaching to bring his own equipment out to a program that's supported by the city. So however we need to work this out, I mean, if we need to donate a tractor, we can work that out. I will donate or find a way to donate the tractor and keep it up there in the lock shed. I just don't want to ask the coaches to bring their own and have to haul their own and all the above up there.
I think the recognition, this is David's opinion, not council, not city's, David's opinion, that they should take some of their funds, purchase one, keep it up there, and they're responsible for it, not me, not the city. That's just, council might have a completely different view on this, okay? And that's fine, we can agree to disagree on stuff. I don't agree with that, that's just my view. We wind up, we call at 4:00 in the evening, and we're ready to go home, the tractor line's running. Somebody left the battery or the key on, or what, you know. That's why I don't want to be held responsible for another equipment like that. They need their own.
And do they have the funds in there
They should have funds, yes.
to purchase that?
I don't know what the funding is this year, but they do have their own funds that they can, rebuild that shed out there and the drawings with their own funds.
I think it's something we can all work together.
Like, come up with able to get a tractor purchase, have them have the ownership of it as the coaches. We actually have their own separate entity, and we can actually get that up there locked up, and they don't have to bring their own tractors up there. Just this is the time.
It's fine. It's a good time to bring it up. You're exactly right. Thank you. That's perfect.
Other than that, that's all.
Okay, so you work that out. It'll be wonderful.
I'll work that out. I'll bring a report back to let everybody know how that came through.
Thank you very much. And Chuck, report on building ground.
Nothing to
report. Okay. Thank you very much. This is the time, once again, we have general comments. Carolyn?
I have three very short questions. Rails to trails. Any information on rails to trails?
Nothing, no.
Okay, the next one is any information on the money that the city is getting from the government? The check, is the check still in the mail?
That's in the mail.
All right.
That's on its way by the
30th.
We've conformed with everything. We're on the list of approval. We're waiting for the state to release the money to us.
Okay.
Everybody else in the state, all the other entities in the state have until the 30th of the month to claim their money.
Okay.
If it's not claimed, then that balance goes distributed to other cities who have filed, but we have not received anything yet.
Third one, the dog lawsuit. Whatever happened with the dog lawsuit? The lawsuit with the neighbor with the dog and
The ward dog.
what's that?
Ward, I just asked.
Yes.
There's still no update on that through, I was asking the council, there's still no update on that, it's still in the judge's hands right now.
So it's nothing's been,
It's still in limbo yet, they didn't get a decision.
takes forever, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you, Carolyn. Any other questions from the audience? Sandra?
On the city's planning, for the buildings. Have you all decided to table that instead of continuing the discussion to compare building types and locations?
Actually, yes, that was the consensus at the last meeting. There was, I think, 3 aldermen who spoke to that, and no one spoke against it. And that being that we'd like to pause for right now, wait for the prices to de-escalate, and take a look at it some later time.
Well, Kathy Brown, who was part of the first comprehensive plan that is the only one you guys have currently from the 2012.
Right.
She had stopped in the store. I didn't know who she was, so we got talking to find out. But she also helps people write grants to have that evaluation done, like we talked about, for different types of buildings and how they would impact both businesses and residents of Farmington. And I wanted to know if I would like to move forward in working with her and talking with her and the Spoon River Economical Development Group to look at that evaluation. Right
Is
now,
that something that is still with Kathy's position with Bradley? Or
She
was
is
it through, or
She's
was it?
retired now, and she is helping with still projects and stuff, and this is something she commented that.
It's fine. Is it still with the University of Illinois? Or is it with her new position at Bradley?
She came to all the businesses through the Small Business
At
Association
Bradley.
through Bradley.
Okay. Just asking.
Does she charge for the writing?
She didn't say anything about charging. This is something, a lot of times she's donating the time. She just retired. But this is what she does.
I'd be curious to know if she would charge, because a lot of places do charge for that. But want to be.
Kathy's a wonderful resource.
She is.
Yes, she is.
Want to reach
But
out
you guys
to
are shutting me down every time I present talking about it.
her.
So I would like to, even if you're not going to do it as a council, be able to bring that in, continue working with her and the Spoon River Economical Department to try to come up with some suggestions and a future plan that we can all look at and help make decisions on in the future. Because what you guys were presented was not what you asked for the prior meeting before, and then you just tabled it.
Well, I guess I would say there's nothing to stop you as a citizen to do whatever you'd like to do as far as working with Kathy on some ideas, but at some point you're going to need to have the council, agreement that we'd like to push forward and act on it and, take that under advisement. So now I'm not saying that that's not going to be given, but as soon as the council decides it's the right time, whatever it is that triggers that.
The council decided they wanted to know if the building was structurally sound to renovate, and that's not what was done. And then it was tabled.
That is your opinion, ma'am.
He commented in his report that he didn't look at anything structural. He didn't even know if it had basement. And he presented demolition of the building, which was never even in the design proposal. So the council shut down what they already voted to do the meeting before without the proper information that they asked for. I'm just saying, we need to have a goal. We need to have city future outlook goals. That's why you guys plan to begin with. That's why no one's able to make the decisions on the building, because we don't know what the future steps are. We don't have the goal. But I'm doing this as a private citizen. I need a little backup from the city saying, yes, we're interested in having a goal and to make that decision easier. I see you're very frustrated by that. But all I'm trying to do is she came in and offered to help and is a great resource.
She is.
But if we table this, that's not going to possibly be there. And we're wasting time. And that's what we have right now, are the things that aren't costing us money, but not listening to them.
Would someone from the council like to pursue the idea that Cassandra is presenting to us and utilize the resources of Kathy Brown? And if you would like to do that on an individual basis, that would be fine, and bring it back to the council. If there's anybody who would like to do that.
I didn't know this background. Sounds like a good resource, but I don't think we as a council have decided what we want to do yet. So it's a little bit like the tail wagging the dog to start doing all this work in the background. That's why when you do all that background work and you come in, when we haven't even decided what we want to do. There's nowhere for them to go. And I have yet to hear a solid, this is what we want to do from this council. So I don't see the.
Cassandra, what you're saying, I think, is that Kathy Brown offered to help the council decide on what we might want to do, examining the negatives and the positives of different scenarios.
Kathy Brown came in and she did not sign up for a full anything. I explained to her, I realized once she said her name, who she was, and I told her I had read her comprehensive plan and thought it was great and a great directional source that our city needed. And there were 5 plans presented. So there is at least a foundation for comparison of a new building versus remodeling a historical building. So we have a start.
Council, I would be willing to volunteer to meet with Kathy Brown and Cassandra to talk about our options and see what she might do for the city so that we know further.
This is not just based on Kathy Brown either. I don't want to just sign her up. I'm saying she was the person who wrote the first one of the people who worked on writing
We
the
work,
first comprehensive
we
plan.
we know her, Cassandra. We've worked with her.
And quite
Okay,
frankly,
I just don't want to sign,
person-
I'm not signing her
Ken is the
up for the
person
whole
who
thing.
keeps doing this because he's the one that's going to set the leadership for the council. He's going to be the one who's driving what it is we want to do. And so if you want to meet with her, he would be the appropriate choice to meet with you and Kathy. Got to be the person we got to get somebody drive this. And from what I've seen in the way the council's laid out, it's the mayor that would be driving that vision. And right now, we don't seem to have that. So if he's going to meet with you guys come up with an idea or a plan, that sounds good to me. Yes. Why does that matter?
I disagreed on our last plan.
We do. We have.
And
We might continue to, Cassandra.
And I agree, but that's the thing. I'm not gonna go through all this work and then you guys aren't even gonna hear the presentation.
Cassandra, don't you go through anything until we talk to Kathy. How about that? If the council gives me the okay, you and I will talk with Kathy and explain our goals and our objectives, and we'll see if she can assist us. But don't get any more estimates from anybody else until we talk to her. Don't make any other plans for the city to purchase another building until we talk to her, okay?
I haven't made any of this.
Good. Thank you very much. Is that okay with the council that I meet?
Yes. Sounds good.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your input. Cassandra, is there anybody else? Aaron?
Yep, I want to make it known on city minutes that I totally protest about Stubblebean's wife getting to be put up for treasurer. I want it commented that he's an ex-mayor and that I brought it up that he's an ex-mayor and that he's sitting on the board. I want it all in the minutes. Nothing wrong with that. Next thing is I will be filing a complaint with our state representative tomorrow, which I already know is already to you guys, and the Fulton County, because now that I have you both on video, I got you for harassment, for bullying, and public intimidation. And it's a mob action because your lawyer let both of you do it. All it takes is 2. Want to see how stupid I am?
Are you done, sir?
Now I am.
Good enough. Thank you.
Anything else for the council? Chuck?
My deal, I'm not gonna go into that, because you guys have already made your decision. What's wrong. My next question is, why do you have rules and regulations that this council goes by and you go enforce?
As far as what regulations?
They do this in other city councils, they do this in other public meetings,
Mm-hmm.
and when
They don't allow it.
when the people exceed it,
actions taken. And kind of curious why they have the rules in there. Just like speed limits. The guy over by, I go 40 mile an hour down 4th Street, I heard that guy over there, one of those two guys over there, get stick.
So if
You
have
guys
to
got-
wear masks.
You guys got rules.
Not a lot.
We don't want to violate his right for his speech.
Not violating his right. You have a right to certain rules.
And we do, and some people don't listen to it.
There's reason, there's a way for you to handle it. And then you something like that.
So he's going to, buddy.
You wouldn't act that way when they were here, sir.
I would like to,
My dad.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I would like to, before we adjourn, thank you very much. I'd like to read the declaration again. Thank you very much. Pursuant to the authority vested in the office of mayor by the Illinois Municipal Code, section 511-1-6, the Illinois Emergency Management Agency Act, section 3305-11, and ordinance 2020-06 of the city of Farmington, I, Kent Cole, mayor of the city of Farmington, do hereby declare that a local state of emergency exists as of this date, April 22, 2020, and shall continue until such time as provided in ordinance 2020-06, and that the nature of the emergency is a nationwide pandemic of the COVID-19 virus. Now we're going to entertain a motion to adjourn.
There is a presentation for everyone for the unveiling of the street light. And this was finished today. And that will go to the museum. But I thought I would show it to you folks before we delivered it. Your meeting is currently adjourned.
Very nice, Robin. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.